Hello, everybody, and welcome to 3 Words, a podcast about the simple and yet strategic choices that any of us can make on any given day that will help us become the best version of ourselves. I am your host, Dr. Michael Brown, and as a business consultant and life coach, I have seen over and over and over again with my friends and my family and my colleagues and my clients that every moment matters, that each choice counts, and that more can happen in 1 minute than in an entire month for those who choose to make positive and powerful life choices. Today, I'm actually joined by my very best friend, Beau Johnson, who is also a D&B coach as a part of our coaching community. And it is a privilege, my friend, to have you with us today. You flew in from Atlanta, Georgia to be with us, and I am so excited to be sitting here with my friend to have this very informal and interactive conversation about 3 words. So what are our 3 words for today, Beau?
Okay, Michael, it's so fun to be here with you. But before I answer that, I love these 3 words because these 3 words speak to the question that you get asked the most, which is, if you have one piece of advice, what's the one thing that you would say? I've probably heard you answer this 100 times. And those 3 words are delay immediate gratification.
Delay immediate gratification. Indeed, my 3 favorite words.
Why is that such a big deal?
Because it is foundational to everything in life. I've thought long and hard. I thought about my favorite words in the English language. I thought about my favorite advice, my favorite ice cream. And as I think about my favorite advice, delay immediate gratification, I do believe, quite honestly, it is the most important foundational choice that leads to success in every single dimension of our lives.
Yep. And the challenge is that we don't have to delay gratification almost ever. We can have a snack right now. We can microwave that popcorn right now. We can pick up coffee right now. We can get a date right now. We don't have to delay gratification. But that's the path to being able to write that book, to be able to run that marathon, to be able to get out of bed early.
Indeed. And I think one of the reasons that I think this is such an important conversation to have is because most of what happens in the spontaneous moments are not as useful and effective and powerful to becoming the best versions of ourselves as intentionality. Intentional choices that are made not on a whim, because I feel like it and I want it in the moment, tend to be the things that transform us from the inside out for not just the short run, but the long term.
Yeah, we all think that we can do it. We think that we could delay gratification. We think we could stop that social media. We think we could cut off that relationship. We think that if we just wanted to, we could quit smoking or whatever the thing is. But delaying gratification is not like a switch. It's more like a rhythm. It's more like a muscle that you build. So delaying gratification every day becomes the type of habit that builds that muscle that can delay gratification for the long term.
Which is why I use the little phrase, dig it. Dig it, D-I-G, delay immediate gratification. It's just a little reminder that I'll say to myself and say to my friends and say to my sons to be able to get us to think in terms of what matters most. Let's get really practical about this. Yeah. Let's talk about what this principle of delaying immediate gratification, these 3 words, as simple as they are, but as hard as they are to live, as they apply to particular things. So you mentioned it, relationships.
Yeah.
Do I want a relationship now? I have to have this relationship now. And I work on a college campus, and I'll hear all the time, this weekend, I'm going to find someone. This weekend is going to be the weekend that I find that forever someone. I need a boyfriend. I need a girlfriend. And so I'm going to, no matter what, find a relationship. Now, please.
You probably could find somebody. I mean, they could find somebody, but you probably can't find that somebody. The person that's available in the next 10 minutes is not the person you want to be with for the next 10 decades.
Absolutely. So you could wait for the best. In fact, since we're talking about dating, people will say, how do you know when I can find the one? And I say, just run as hard as you can after life's goals. Run right after your passions in life, as you would a marathon. And as you run after those things that most matter and make you the best version of yourself, occasionally look to the right. Look to the left, and there's someone running the same direction and the same pace. Link arms with them and continue to run together. The problem is we don't like to delay immediate gratification. And so we might slow down and say, I don't want to wait. It goes back to that idea that you presented, waiting. I don't want to wait until someone better or someone best. And so I'm going to slow down, pull off to the side of the road, and wait for someone to come by, that anyone. Because we have needs. We have needs. We have desires. We have things that we want in the here and now, and they're appropriate things, but they might not always be the best things for us.
And ultimately what we want is to be connected to somebody who can delay gratification, who can wait, who can stick to a budget, who can make healthy choices, who can be the kind of disciplined person we want to go with for the long haul. One of the handles I use around delay immediate gratification is, can you wait 10 minutes? Can you wait? You don't have to say no to Oreos forever, but can you say no to Oreos for the next 10 minutes?
Do you say no to Oreos?
I can usually wait 10 minutes. Can you wait 10 minutes for that Netflix? Can you wait 10 minutes to text her back? Can you wait 10 minutes before you respond in anger via text? Can you just strengthen that muscle? 10 minutes instead of ordering soda at lunch. Can you just wait 10 minutes? Can you just delay? You're not saying no forever. Can you just delay?
And sometimes when you delay for a short period of time, that craving, that desire that may not be healthy, it actually passes. I was speaking at a conference maybe a couple years ago, and there were several hundred 20-somethings there. And I asked them to think about the last time that they delayed immediate gratification in the moment with something they really, really wanted in hopes of achieving something better and more profitable and more amazing down the road. They were honest with me. For many of them, they could not think of the last time when they actually delayed immediate gratification in the moment to achieve something down the road. You mentioned speaking, sending that angry text. So what if we just applied this principle of delaying immediate gratification to this particular idea of speaking? What if we waited when we were angry, the 10 minutes? What if we delayed immediate gratification in even expressing our deep love? I'm in this moment, I've known this person for 3 hours, I just need to say I love you. And to be able to actually delay immediate gratification in the words that we use. Or what about fitness? You talked about Oreos, and you talked about foods that maybe we shouldn't eat and we could wait 10 minutes to eat, or soda and so forth. But what if we delayed immediate gratification in regards to fitness? Meaning, I want to sleep in right now. I want to watch this TV show as opposed to doing 20 push-ups. And you begin to delay immediate gratification, the things that may not be helping you and really contributing you to be the best version of yourself in light of what you want to achieve tomorrow.
You're talking about something that you can fill with the delay. So instead of jumping on social media, you could call your mom. Instead of eating that bag of Oreos, you could menu plan for the rest of the week. Instead of texting her back, you could read a book. You can begin to accomplish the goals you want to accomplish 10 minutes at a time by filling that little bit of delay. And here's the cool thing. You don't have to wait. You can do that today. You can practice delaying immediate gratification today, at lunch, at dinner, when you're about to start watching Netflix, whatever the thing is today, you can practice it and begin building that muscle.
I agree. And even with social media, obviously it's easy to delay immediate gratification, to not delay your immediate gratification with social media. It's like you want to go on, check Instagram, how many likes do you have, and can you be there for just a few moments? Can you be there just for a few minutes, or do you want to just let this go on and on and on and on? And this is why I love this, because this conversation of delaying immediate gratification, I mentioned it being foundational. And the reason it's foundational is because, and I've said this out loud, I've said this at conferences, I've said this in public speaking environments, that if you can delay immediate gratification in the small things, you will actually, like you said, develop the muscle and the ability to achieve every single goal in your life. So I was thinking about this, Beau, this idea that is there any goal that I want to achieve that doesn't require some delayed immediate gratification? If I want to be super physically fit, I have to delay immediate gratification when I don't want to go to the gym or for the run or the push-ups that I could do literally, quite honestly, in the middle of my floor. If I want to achieve professionally a particular degree and I want to be a doctor or I want to be an architect, but yet, going to college and reading a book and studying for a test, I'm just not feeling it right now. And I think that's what it comes back to, is oftentimes we, as in our default, we find it very challenging to choose something, to act differently, to respond outside of the fact that I'm not feeling it right now. Or I am really feeling it. I have this deep desire and this craving and this longing. And again, oftentimes, and even as a life coach, I talk to my clients about this, that most of our desires, quite honestly, all of our desires are legitimate. But oftentimes we are meeting them in illegitimate ways. Delaying immediate gratification, just in those ideas of desire and longings, if we delayed immediate gratification, we might actually choose to respond to those desires in more legitimate versus illegitimate ways.
I think one of the lies that we believe is that the stakes are the highest right now that they'll ever be, and the stakes are only going to get bigger. If you can delay immediate gratification now with your finances, guess what? The stakes are going to get bigger later. Your finances are going to be more important later. If you can do that relationally, the stakes are only getting bigger.
Love it.
And you'll become the kind of person who can be responsible with a bigger budget, with more money, with more relationships, with more influence, if you'll practice it now. And imagine the kind of employee who can delay what they want now for what they want most. Imagine the kind of husband who can delay what they want now for what you and your marriage want most. That's what it means to delay immediate gratification.
I love it. I love your perspective. I love how, Beau, quite honestly, I've known you for several years, and you live this out. And in many ways, that's why I respect you so much, because you have continued to grow into the best version of yourself. And even as I've known you, I've seen on several occasions where you have delayed immediate gratification in a variety of dimensions of your life to achieve what you've achieved now, to become who you have become today. And I think in many ways, we tend to think that we're going to wake up someday having become someone we've not been becoming all along. You're exactly right. The choices we're making now, they actually have high stakes. Yes. And so if you can't develop that muscle of delaying immediate gratification today, you never will tomorrow. 3 words: delay immediate gratification.